My man. Doing the most. Doing the most. You know I had to remix this bitch. Shout out our boy. If I get caught up in a storm, but the rain is keep me calm. All my life I dealt with pain, see no evil cause on. Chop along just like a arm. New bitches we fucking on. Doing wrong without them knowing. I'm the GOAT if you ain't know it. And you can't go do what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. And you can't go through what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. I just need someone to call on. I've been making moves like Michael Corleone. I won't say that shit until it's set in stone. Bitch, don't say my name if you gon' say it wrong. I can't touch these drugs and keep my...
Yo, it's your boy CT Crusher here checking in. Just wanting to remind y'all to go subscribe to my homie Hoodie Jube for the Hoodie Jube live podcast. We talking pressing topics here for you every night of the week. Hit that ding dong bell to make sure you don't miss an upload. Come join in on the conversation. Help us expand the community. We do a lot of giveaways, give away to a lot of charities, giving away to the local children's hospital. And oh, by the way, if you want a chance to win free NFL tickets, yes, I said that, free NFL tickets, make sure you subscribe and hit the ding so you don't miss a chance to win free NFL tickets. Peace out.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and if you're looking for the best restaurant in town, man, go try Weedass Chicken and Shrimp, man. They have the best chicken wings, the best chicken tenders, the best fried shrimp, the best fried catfish, and their fries are so amazing, covered with ranch, cheese, bacon, jalapenos. Oh my! Yes, you heard it. Go try it out. They got 4 locations: Monroe, Louisiana, Marrero, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas, baby. Go try it now.
My man, what up? I won't speak on nothing but the real. You know how I'm coming, you know what I'm saying? Say we've been down for too long. The only way is up, it's time to move on. Never leave your house without your shoes on. Them killers want your spot, you cannot move on. Ain't worried about that girl, I tell them move on. They say it's my fault, but I'm feeling I can't do wrong. Cut all my partners off, let me open like the roof gone. Long talks and I ain't never changed, it's just been too long. Gotta shake him back and that's a fact, so I'm turned up. All up in the club, I'm going down, and I'm like, what's up? Throw me in that water, I won't go down, I'm too up. She want with a man, I knock that hoe down, I'm too up. Told all her friends, now she just want me to grow.
You can't see us, I time Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Cameron Jordan on the field, about to take a QB soul. Ever Camaro break a tackle, so you know he bold. Mike Thomas catching everything, so you know he cold. We talking Byron Matthew, we talking Marcus May. We in the backfield, we gon' make them pay. Them boys hitting hard, they need an X-ray. Yeah. We talking black and gold. 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 Straight to the Super Bowl. Your time is up. Our time is now. Say Hoodie, you can't see us. Our time is now. Woo. Hoodie Jube in the building. We shining now. We shining. You can't see us. Our time is now. You heard me? Your time is up. Our time is now. Woo. You can't see us. Our time is now. Say Hoodie, Hoodie Jube in the building. We shining.
Here he is, Hoodie Jube.
Yeah, Hoodie Jube in the building, signing now. Yeah, you can't see me. My time is now. Yeah. Oh shit, we live. What's up, Who That Nation? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, man, and welcome, baby. We back with another live podcast, y'all. And guess what? You know the saying. There's no YouTube without your boy, Hoodie Jube. And guess what, y'all? It's about to be a great show. We're about to touch up on this preseason game 1 against the Texans, even though we lost. It's okay. It's freaking preseason. Who gives a damn? We just wanted to see the first drive and see how that went, you know, with our starters. And Andy Dalton looking great out there. But we're going to save that for everybody else to talk with. So we have 4 other guests on to the show. So let me bring those people on. And let me bring the best one on right here, because he knows how to talk to his crowd when he introducing. He's like, Who That Nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Put your legs up. grab your popcorn and a drink. And it's time to talk. You know who it is, man. You know it's my boy, Dog 17. Let him do it. Let me bring it on. Dog 17, baby. How you doing?
Who that nation? How you doing? Come on in. Take a seat. Sit back. Relax. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk Saints football. Y'all know what time it is. Time to keep it real. What up, Hoodie?
Yes, sir. There we go. I'm doing good, Dolph, man. And I'm ready to talk some Saints football, but we got three more people to introduce real quick. So let's bring on my other man. We got the Who Dat Center, baby.
What's up, Saints fans? Who that on me? Who that on 3? Let's get it.
Let's get it.
You say who that on 3? 1, 2, 3. Who that?
It's just a saying. I go, who that on me? Who that on 3? We Saints fans, we get lit no matter what.
Okay. I was about to say on 3. 1, 2. Man, I'm about to count it up and yell who that in the chat. But glad to have you back on, my man, the Who Dat Center. So let's bring on the other two real quick. So we got my boy Zach, aka RealFansSports.
Yes, sir. What's good, everybody? What it do? What it do?
Yo, what's up?
I gotta get a cool intro like y'all, bro. Like I'm slack-a-lacking over here, man. I need some help. Yo, we're gonna have to talk afterwards. I'm gonna need someone to write me a script.
And everybody should know the last person. If you don't know him, you gonna know him. And by the way, the his little pal that comes on every damn show is a bandwagon. You know, whoever wins the Super Bowl, that's our favorite team. So just warning y'all. Y'all probably remember. Does everybody remember PJ? Everybody remembers PJ. But if you don't remember PJ, you're about to meet PJ. And I'm just warning y'all. She's going to say her favorite team is the Rams. So I'm just warning y'all right now. And we know how we feel about the Rams, right? I don't even want to remember what happened with the Rams a few years ago. We're going to just act like we don't even know what hell happened. So let's bring him on. My boy Carlos, a.k.a. Uneducated Sports Talk.
Oh, what's good? What's good, y'all? Who
PJ.
that nation? What's good? Yeah, and PJ. She said, "What's up, Ramley family?" Hey, we know it's the wrong show, girl. Wrong show. What's good, y'all? Who that nation in the building, man? Glad to be on here as always, bro. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Living.
So, I guess it's time to get to it. You know how we do it. We always got to introduce everybody, give everybody a special shout out. And most of these people that are in here are usually in everybody else's chat that's on here because they follow everybody. We follow all the Who Dat Nation. So let's give them all a special shout out. We got Miss Barbara Williams. Who dat to you?
Who that was
We
Barbara?
got Jerry.
OG.
You know what? I don't even know why I yelled Jerry the OG. It don't make no damn sense. Here you go. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah. Oh, PJ must really like Jerry. It's okay.
Yeah, she loved Jerry.
Yeah.
She loved Jerry. That's a guy. All right.
We got Saints Marcus, man. Who dat to you?
Who that to you? Say
Who
Marcus.
that,
We got Carla over here. Who dat to the queen in the buildings?
Who that?
Carla?
Who that? Carla?
We got my boy Elite Goods. Who dat to you?
Who that? Lee?
Okay.
Who that to you, my brother?
JT in the building. Blessings to you, my man.
Who that? JT?
Who that,
Yo,
JT?
JT.
Who that?
OG Stoner in the building. Who dat to you?
Who that,
Who that
OG?
OG?
Stoner?
We got my boy Saints John Butler. Who dat to you?
Who that to you?
Who that?
Who that?
We got King Nep in the building. Who dat to you?
King Net, what's good, baby? Who that to you?
Who that now?
Who dat Dana? Another queen in the building. Who dat to you?
Who that Dana?
Who that Dana?
We got the legend Drew Brees in the building.
Drew Breezy in the chat.
Breezy. Who that
I thought I felt the chill.
Hey, man, you ain't teach Ian Book nothing, huh, Drew?
Not a damn thing.
Drew Brees is too busy
Not a
giving a
damn
lesson to Jameis.
Right.
We got Edward Green, man. Who that to you?
Who that?
Who that? What?
Yo.
Ian Butler in the building. Who that to you, Ian?
Ian.
Who that? Ian.
We got Josh the Pels fan. Who that to you?
Who
Who that
Who
Josh
that?
Jones, man?
By the way,
Hey,
y'all.
what's good, man?
By the way, I see his name in the chat. His name is OG. I think it's Micah. I think that's how he said. That's what he told me. So I wanted to let y'all know. I want to tell y'all the story. So this is my third crew with my new job. That I brought across the lake. Because we were working, and I brought him to Weedax today. And I met this guy behind the counter working there. First time I ever met him. I've been there like 5 times already. First time meeting him, working behind the counter. Order my food. Just chilling, talking to him. And being friendly. Get my food. Had to go get me a refill. The guy wanted to joke like I do. And I don't know about getting you a drink, I mean, you're asking a little bit too much now, he was messing with me. So I was messing back with him. It's like, it's okay. I already know the owner, Mr. Greg, I mean, I'll just tell him that you don't want to offer me no drinks, no refill. So I was messing with him, playing back with him. And he tells me that my voice sounds familiar. And I said, well, I have a YouTube. He said, is your name Hoodie Jube? I'm like, yes, it is. So we have a fan in here, man, of the Hoodie Jube, man. So he listens to me, and he said he follows Theodore Legend and the Nola Bros because, that's Greg's brother. So he knows him already, and he said he followed me through the Nola Bros. So shout out to OG Micah, man. And like I said, I got to meet him in person today.
Who that OG Michael?
Who that OG Michael?
It's good,
What's
Michael.
happening?
A nice young man over there, man. It was definitely fun talking it up with him. We got Mama Jube.
Yo,
Hey,
mama.
Mama Jube. Who that tell you?
You raised a
So
crazy
we got up in this
son.
thing.
Who
Looks
that?
like
Crazy, son. You ain't lying about that one.
we got Bruce Saint in the building. Who that to you, Bruce Saint?
Who that Bruce?
Who
Saint?
that Bruce Saint?
Who that?
I think this might be one of Uneducated's friends. Under Rail Pride. Is that your production? That yours?
What's up,
Under Rail?
production? Yeah.
Okay,
What's
okay.
good on the world
Production.
production? Yes, sir.
Who that?
Who that tell you?
I see
Who
Jamar
that tell you?
Chase. I like the Jamar Chase, man. I like it.
Cool.
Oh yeah. He's smooth with it.
Big Daddy Jube in the building. Who that to you, Big Daddy?
Oh, big
What's
Papa.
the family
Jube.
affair?
Who
Who that to you?
We got Tramel Kellup. Who that to you? And by the way, the
Tramel.
man sent me
Who
the
that
pictures.
Tramel?
He
Who
got
that?
his
Yeah.
prize, by the way, y'all. He got his giveaway prize, and I'm glad he got it there. He loves it. He loves the extra stuff. Because by the way, I gave him a little drink koozie for his beer cans, and I also got him a plaque, a Hoodie Jube plaque that he can hang up on the wall. And whenever I become, famous, that'll be worth some money one day. You got a plaque from Hoodie Jube for a giveaway. Just think of that, man.
Hey, there we
So
go.
I think he liked it. He said it was fire. He liked everything. So Tramel, thank you for being a sub, and I'm glad that you got your giveaway prizes. We got Ryan MCG in the building. Who that to you?
Who that
Who
Ryan?
that? What up,
Good,
Ryan?
Ryan.
Who that,
Who that?
baby?
Who else we got up in this thing? Because everybody else is commenting so damn much. It's so hard. Did I already say? I think I already said St. John Butler, but who that to you again? If I already said your name, I probably did.
Double it up.
Pammy Whammy. Who
that?
that?
Who that?
Whammy?
Pammy
Who
Whammy?
that?
Let me see who else we got. Derek L. He got his thing in the
There you
mail
go.
too, but he's
Who
not
that?
on
What's
the
up?
road.
Yeah, who that,
Who
baby?
that?
What's
Derek
up
L.
with you?
Yeah,
Can't wait
that
for
was
him.
good.
So I can't wait for him to be able to open his stuff tomorrow. So Derek L, I'm glad that it made it to your house safe. Hopefully nobody stole the plaque. Because they know Hoodie Jube is really famous right now, so they might have stole the plaque already. You better be watching. Make sure it's in there for me. We got Philip. Who that to you? He said, screaming, who that? Yes, scream that who that out loud for us.
Who that tell you?
All right, anybody know who's Trap Junkie is? Who that to you?
Who that
Who
trap
that junkie?
I don't know who that is, but maybe that's somebody else's. Like I said.
It's all
But if
good.
if you
Hey,
do,
come on through,
hit that
baby.
sub. Hit that
Bro.
sub button for every single person that's on here. Let me see. Why is this thing going? Okay, I hate when you skip down and then it scoops you all the way down to where it's so hard to see it. Okay, here we go. We got RG. Who that to you, my man?
Who that RG?
OG, who that tell you? OG.
Cam Armstrong. Who that to you?
Who that Cam?
Who that Cam?
And
Who
I
that?
think that's everybody so far, unless y'all just
Not the
forgot to
Michael
comment
Jordan
down below. So let's get this on the road, man. I'm gonna start with Doe 17, then we're gonna go all the way to the Who Dat Center, Real Fans and Uneducated. Where does everybody start so far on the preseason game? Because I want to be honest with you, I only got to see some highlights off of YouTube because your boy was working, so I could not see the game at all. And at my job, the TV cable was out, so all we got to do was listen to music all night, and watch music
That
videos.
real.
We didn't get to watch the game. So
I would have left if I was a customer.
Right.
So the only thing I heard, like from the beginning, because I kept getting like, Twitter tweets, something about our boy Andy Dalton went 5 for 5, 51 yards and a touchdown in his first drive. So it sounds like he did outstanding, man. And it sounds like we shouldn't be no worry if Jameis did go down with an injury during the season. We know Andy Dalton could probably hold it down because I think in my opinion, he's probably the best, if not the best, backup quarterback in the league because he can still start for another team, I think, to be honest with y'all.
It determines on how many games, though.
How many games? Like you talking about, like if he plays all season?
Yeah, strength of schedule too. Strength of schedule is huge.
Gotcha. So, what's your thing, Mr. Dell? What was your thoughts first, man, on the preseason game? You know, you have anybody that kind of shined out that you were like, oh, I like this player?
Well, the one player that I was watching that stood out is Forrest Lamp. Forrest Lamp had a good game. And also the young undrafted rookie from Montana, Lewis Kidd, who got a bogus holding call called on him when he just basically pancaked the guy into the ground. So, like I said, my focus this whole preseason is going to be on that offensive line. I didn't catch the game until like it was just about halftime, and like as soon as I caught the game, I saw Trevor Penning giving up pressure in the sack. So I went back and I looked at it. And looked at the first half, and as far as Trevor Penning go, it's to be expected, man. You know, growing pains for first professional game against players he's not used to going to. He don't know their moves. You know, the one thing that I think that gave him trouble is the speed, and I think he was getting out his stance kind of late. I believe it was earlier we was talking, I believe it was who that center said about him giving up pressure to the inside. And like we were talking, it's his technique. I still think he needs to refine his technique and keep working. But I'm going to tell you this, as far as run blocking, the kid was dominant, man. And as far as people who should have got cut today, they should have cut the veteran, Josh Andrews, because he's god awful. He's god awful. I mean when that on that screen pass to Ozigbo, he was so lazy running out there. And the cornerback just undercut him, and boy Ozigbo down the back for him. I mean, he just doesn't do anything for me, man. But that's what I got off it from what I saw. It's some more, but I let the rest of the panel who probably saw the whole game, they maybe can touch on more than me.
Yes, sir. We got the Who Dat Center, man. He said he watched and he streamed the game, you know. So Who Dat Center, what did you see, man? Is there any other players that maybe he didn't miss that kind of signed out to you during the preseason game?
Well, from the start of the game, I was mainly looking at two sides of the football for the New Orleans Saints. I was very interested on how Trevor Penning was playing and the running back group for the New Orleans Saints. What I saw from that first drive was a masterpiece by the defense. Marcus May, a new pickup for the New Orleans Saints, came in and he put his authority on the field automatically. It was amazing to see him and Paulson Adebo both turn the field to a different level. The first drive, they didn't even gain over 7 yards. That is beyond impressive, especially after the offseason and a huge credibility that was given to Paulson Adebo. He is living up to every single doubter who even looked at him wrong. Now, my main concern for the New Orleans Saints will always go back to the running back room. What I saw from the first three running backs was kind of depressing. Dwayne Washington was missing key holes. He was jab stabbing too much in the backfield. He didn't hit the hole with authority. I did not like to see that. It took him almost 9 carries just to get the 18 yards. You do not want that as a running back at all, especially since we don't know how the Alvin Kamara situation will end up. Tony Jones put on a little bit of a show. I see him got better in the offseason after coming off I say a sorry year, because he had a lot of expectation from Sean Payton and the other coaches. So I say he's getting better himself. But the main running back I say I'm very interested in will go to Abram Smith. When he got in the game, I saw a different type of running ability. He literally ran with the authority. He ran without fearing to get tackled in the backfield. Even him gaining 1 yard, you saw him moving his feet, pumping his feet, trying to get more extra yards. That's what you want to see in a running back, especially since the position group is in such desperation. Mark Ingram is getting old. He won't have that many years left in the league, and you want to see a young guy already on a roster come up and take his spot, because you don't want to waste a draft pick on a running back in the next draft. You don't want to do that. You have other positions that need to be addressed, like the linebacking core, who's going to be the future for Demario Davis. And the same applies for the quarterback situation if you feel like Jameis doesn't work out.
Yeah, even though Jameis will work out.
Yeah.
Don't be talking down on my boy like that.
Jameis, I have huge confidence in Jameis passing. I'm just looking at towards the future at the what ifs, and I'm seeing right now Jameis will have a fantastic year. And one more thing before I'm moving on to my boy Uneducated, Jameis, you have to protect yourself as the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. This has to stop. I understand you're trying to get extra yards, extra plays. You're trying to move the chains, but what Drew Brees did was always be there for the New Orleans Saints. Because he was hurt towards the end of his career, Drew Brees only missed one game in 20 seasons. One game. He was always on the field. I'm going to need Jameis to stay healthy for this entire season.
Oh, definitely. And it ain't like, Jameis never does stay healthy. That was his first, serious, bad injury that kept him out for, a whole year, Same thing towards Jarvis Landry. Everybody was talking shit about him, acting like he's an injury-prone guy when the dude only missed 5 games for his first time in his career. All the other seasons, he might have missed 1 or 2 games just because of, him playing through the injuries and stuff, and it was hurting too much the way he had to take a break for, 1 game or 2. So, I don't know why people hype it up so much to be like, I don't know how this guy gonna be after the injuries, and I don't think they realize that the medicine and the science that they've been studying on all these damn injuries and all that, it's nothing anymore to people. They tear the ACL, they come back in 5 months. It's just it's insane. So and everybody seen what Joe Burrow did. Tore his ACL, came back, didn't look right, right at the beginning, but towards mid of the season, that man just took off, and look where they went to the Super Bowl. What were they missing? An O-line. So, that's what I'm trying to tell people. I think Jim is going to be just fine. I wish people would stop hating on him and everything. So, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. But, real fans, man, what's your thoughts? What was your thoughts on the preseason game? Anybody signed out to you?
Yeah, man, I'm kind of in the same situation as you. I was out in New Orleans for the Red Dress Run and then had a little after party get together for my grandfather at a bar. But I was steady on my phone. I was listening to some honky tonk country music in the background, so that was distracting. But when I didn't get to see Andy Dalton's drive, and what I heard and the replays I've seen, that it was beautiful. My main focus was looking at the linebacker room. We know that the depth there hasn't been as good now that some of these injuries are coming up, and I feel like the defense played very well last night. Other than that last drive, that last final drive where they went ahead and took the touchdown game-winning drive. They looked really stacked. We had 3 interceptions. Our secondary was put in work. You can tell they're all fighting for a spot with, a deeper secondary in, the safety positions. I like what Hoodie Center said about the running back group. The thing with Tony Jones, man, it's like he's a smaller guy, and it looks like he put on more weight because he likes to run in between the tackles. He likes to run straight up the middle. And a part of me wonders if that's going to hurt him in his career rather than trying to lighten up a little bit and getting a little more abrasive and being able to take it to the outside a little bit more, since he is a little bit smaller and he's a little bit more slippery. But the couple runs that I did see from him, looked pretty good. He ran hard, he ran heavy, and he looked like a bigger guy than what he actually was.
Yes, sir. Anything else, Real fans, before I move it over to Uneducated?
Yeah, let him and PJ talk it up.
Yeah, PJ don't know nothing. All PJ knows is whoever wins the Super Bowl, that's our team. So, Uneducated, what's your thoughts on the preseason game, though?
I hate to beat a dead horse, man, but the Paulson Adebo. Honestly, we heard the myth, the legend of Saints training camp, and we want to see it play in against different opponents instead of his own opponents. And boy, did he show up and he showed out. That really, okay, it's good to see it now against other competition instead of his own people. And honestly, iron sharpens iron. So Mike Thomas versus Adebo for the majority of the camp so far has been awesome to hear about and to see on some videos. But to see him go out there, and it is a Texan, so it's not really that big of a deal, but he completely shut down his opponent. They even had an offensive pass interference You know what I'm saying? A guy couldn't get away from Adebo. And so it's nice knowing that going into the season we have two potential number one cornerbacks on our squad. And that right there helps me feel a lot better because of our front four. So everyone's making a big deal of the Ian Book situation. And I'm kind of a glass half full kind of guy. I'm like, we're making a big deal of a guy that about 95% won't even play a single down in this season. Of course, for like super duper unfortunate events, right? But like the COVID stuff going on, where he had that Monday night game. But outside of that, I mean, it was tough to watch him play quarterback for the majority of it. But at the same time, he's not gonna be playing, so he got a lot of flack and deservedly so. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm not worried about him when the season starts. He's the guy throwing to our wide receivers. Mind you, he's not throwing to Mike Thomas. He's not throwing against with the first team offense or the second team offense. It's more like a second and a half team offense, majority third. So you got to say, all right, well, we're making a bigger deal than what I think it really is, because the guy might even play a single snap this season. I enjoyed our defense, except for like RealFansSports said at that last drive, which is Fields is, that's a whole nother story, man. They just blew a complete coverage. But outside of that, I mean, first string, second string, and we didn't have our first string defense. Mind you, that's like second string or 1.5 string defense in that game that looked pretty dominant for 3 straight possessions. We went 3 and out. For our defense. So I really love that. So knowing that our defense, and mind you, it is the Houston Texans, but the Texans are still trying to battle for their own rights to play on their roster as well. So it's not a cupcake matchup, So we went out there and we dominated what was supposed to be the 1.5 string team, and we dominated on defense. I mean, this is without Cam Jordan. This is without Davenport, Marcus Lattimore. I mean, these are like dogs on our squad. Demario Davis, and we still pretty much shut down the entire Houston's first string offense, and I'm really happy about that. I mean, to see Trevor Penning, that was kind of like tough, but we understand that it is his first ever like professional game against a different opponent. So I'm never ever going to rush into that like, oh, get him out the way. This is guy's day one, pretty much. Now he's the same guy 3 or 4 years later. Yeah, get him hell out of here. But it's like it's day one on a job that hopefully he will secure for 10 plus years at that tackle position. So I'm not too worried about that. But overall, I enjoyed the game. I knew that our third string, because mind you, we started off at like 1.5 string, even on offense. So it's like more of a 2-string offense. So after Dalton scores that first touchdown, I mean, talking about what 8-play drive, whatever it was for a touchdown, they're done. Like Allen had enough. Y'all good. I'm talking about Marcus Callaway was done. We're talking Andy Dalton was done. Anyone that you could think of notice was done for the offense. So you went straight to basically your third string from, I don't know, 10 minutes of the first quarter or 9 minutes, whatever, all the way to the end of the game. So to put a lot of negativity towards the game itself, one is preseason, but it was 17-13. Overall, the Saints look good. The guys who are going to play key minutes for us look good. And that's what I'm putting my notice on right there.
Gotcha. And I mean, from the highlights that I was looking at, and then going to the stats, looking at the box score and seeing what people was actually telling. A lot of people was talking about him on Twitter, but on here, I don't think none of us really missing him. What was y'all thought on Chase Hansen at linebacker? Like what he had, like 2 or 3 tackles for loss, had 6 total tackles, interceptions, 1 pass deflected. So I mean, like it looked like he was doing really good in that game.
I mean, he set the tone. The first play. Set the tone. Like he was like that. That's a guy that understands his position. As a guy that wants it. I mean, first play of the game, he set the tone. I mean, it was a big pop for like a 3-yard loss on a run play, and it really got me like, oh, who was this guy? And of course, he had the interception, and he had phenomenal plays. Now, let's not get too crazy and call him day one starter. But he's a guy that's looking to make that 53-man roster and make some noise to potentially be a starter for that linebacking core because of the winners that we have right now. So I really I enjoyed him.
I see Dolph moving his head right now. I gotta hear what he gotta say. tell him.
Man, nah.
Chase
Chase Hansen had a good game. First of all, it's not his first time with us, so he's familiar with the system. But if we have to count on Chase Hansen 17 games in the season, we're in big trouble. I think he's an adequate, maybe as a backup, yes, but I don't want to see Chase Hansen in there next to Demario Davis. I'm glad the Saints went out and got a proven veteran like Bostic today. I think he'll help. We'll see what he can do when he comes in. But as far as Chase Hansen, I mean the kid. Don't get me wrong, he played a hell of a game. You know what I'm saying? We do need linebacker depth, but as a starter, no. Linebacker depth for maybe 1 or 2 games, yes. But if we have to count on him as a starter, we in big trouble, man. That's just because he's limited.
Definitely.
Well, OG, I gotta agree with you on that one. But what the New Orleans Saints try to do is basically replace Craig Robinson on the special teams side of the ball. Currently, right now, losing him is a big aspect of the leadership process of the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints like to be an all-around team. They're trying to beat you on defense. They're trying to beat you on offense. They also want to beat you at special teams. Currently, right now, there's a big hole in that special teams, and they're looking at the linebacker to fill it. That's why I was so happy we took a linebacker in this upcoming draft, too, once Craig Robinson retired.
You talking about Jackson?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that kid got hurt, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had bigger plans for him than just special teams, man.
Yeah.
I think him getting hurt threw a monkey wrench in their plans.
It was.
Yeah,
Shout to
two young injuries between him. Well, him and Smoke Monday. Yeah,
right. That's tough.
Two guys that I think maybe not showed out this year, but in the upcoming years could have developed into something really nice.
Yeah,
and don't forget about Bryce Thompson.
Oh,
yeah,
2 years in a row on the fringe of making the team, and this kid gets hurt, man, and he's out for the year.
I want to shout out to David Jones. David Jones made a good point though. Ian Book struggles. It really hurts the other guys trying to prove themselves on the roster. Well, for him, for being very inaccurate. It's funny when Ian Book was thrown to his left, he was super inaccurate. Thrown to his right, he was fine, but thrown across his body, everything was high, and he got guys. He could have got guys hurt. I saw a lot of guys get popped a little bit more than they would like to. Ian Book's him not developing is hurting the rest of the cast. Because the O-line, for the majority of the part, was keeping him upright. I mean, and I think he bails out too far to the right quickly when he should be, surveying the field. So I think him hurting the team is a big issue because these guys can play. They just need a chance to get that football. So I'm very curious, like going forward, how much do you play Ian Book, or do you try and find that Costello kid? Maybe he goes out there for the last quarter instead of playing Ian Book full quarters, pretty much half of one and all of 2 and 3 and 4. Maybe he plays half of one and then all of 2, and then the Costello kid comes in at halftime. Yeah, so because we want to see our guys, especially our young receivers, develop more and get better chances. And I think Ian Book has to develop better than that, or if not, try somebody else to get these other guys a chance to shine.
Yeah, because I think it's crucial for especially see a lot of people saying that Dixon did well. I saw him have a couple catches, as well as Merritt, a bunch of young guys that are trying to fight for a shot in a really deep wide receiver room, and whether or not it's Ian Book needs to pick it up, but it's not like you're going to play Andy Dalton for more than a round or two. He's an older veteran. Like he doesn't want to be out there for that long. We don't need him out there for that long because God forbid he goes down, then we don't know what to do. So do you put Costello in just to bring in a fresh arm and a fresh look? You allow Ian Book to try and find something in his back pocket that he's missing? Like I think he's got a hole in it, but
it's got a hole in it.
You go ahead, OG. My bad.
No, go ahead. Who that?
What I was going to say is the Sean Payton and Ian Book situation was always beyond my anticipation and just process of thought. When I went into the archives, looked at the film, he just reminded me of Taysom Hill. His problem is he lacked the instincts of a quarterback. When to know to step up in the pocket, when to know through your progressions, when to throw to the emergency guy. He lacks that, and he takes too much time just trying to process, okay, am I going to throw it to wide receiver 1, 2, 3, or I'm just going to let throw it to the emergency route. He lacks that for some weird reason. And then people got on the offensive line yesterday. You know, the last 2-minute drives, okay, game-winning and 2-minute drives, he wasn't supposed to take a sack. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Trevor Penning gave up one of those sacks. However, he stepped back too far and he got sacked. He looked like he's not progressing at all, if you ask me.
Yep. I mean, we just got to see, you know. I don't think Ian Book's the answer really either. But also don't forget, he ain't playing with nobody either. That's he ain't playing with a Michael Thomas and a Chris Olave and a Jarvis Landry out there who you might look a lot better.
And that's true.
He's going against a third string defense as well, though. So I mean, it kind of evens itself out. So you gotta, you know, you just gotta make better decisions if you're the guy. But one thing that we kind of do know, like I have faith now in, we're going with a 2 quarterback system in the 53-man roster and then have Taysom as a 3. I wouldn't bring in Ian Book. Like, because the issue was, well, if Ian Book does well, do we carry 3 quarterbacks on the roster, or you know, whatever? Or so now I'm more confident we have 2 quarterbacks on the roster, and Taysom Hill be that emergency guy. Oh, by the way, Taysom Hill win-loss record is still pretty good, although not the flashiest and the best in the world. His win-loss record in the NFL as a starting quarterback is still like, what was it, 7-2 or something like that? 7-2 is his record as a starting quarterback. So I'm saying, like, worst if he's your worst case scenario, your emergency quarterback, I'm fine with that. As long as he doesn't get hurt playing tight end, you know, obviously. But that's the issue. But I'll be super confident with just having Taysom as a third quarterback, the emergency guy, and have Ian Book on that practice squad, because that's another space we can have another athlete in there, whether it's on defense or offense, instead of trying to put Ian Book. So I was on that fringe. Let's check it out. And there's still 2 weeks left. He could probably do some crazy things the next couple of weeks, hopefully. But if not, we're more confident of having a 2-man quarterback on the 53-man roster and having Taysom be that emergency quarterback.
Let me say something, man. Let me just say this.
Let me hear it,
and I said it on Sunday night. It's the preseason, so we can't get too high and we can't get too low. This is the first preseason game. The main thing that happened, the best thing that happened in that game Saturday, is we came out of with no significant injuries. That's the best thing that happened. We got our first round left tackle. He got growing pains. That's good. He went out there. Now he go back. He can look at tape, sit down with his coaches, learn what he need to work on. And the thing that I'm looking forward to starting tomorrow, is the workout. Well, they start tomorrow, Wednesday, with the Packers. Working out, I believe it's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they just flew in today.
So they just flew in today. Okay, so they'll start working out with the Packers tomorrow. And we know the Packers have excellent pass rushers. And Smith, I forgot his first name, but Zadarius Smith.
I think he's not on the Packers.
He's with the Vikings now.
He's with the Vikings, but the other Smith's there. The other Smith too. But they have a good defense all around. But my thing is with this first preseason game, like it's like, all right, Traquan, because Friday the nation ate me up. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Through OTAs, off-season minicamp, Marquez Callaway has not been a top 5 or top 6 receiver. He's been outplayed by Hoodie, Merritt, Dixon, and Traquan. Going to the game, he got he caught the one pass Hogan he caught. Traquan, I'm going to bat for you, bro. You got to catch that ball. You got to catch that ball. You have to catch that ball. After I got the whole Who That Nation coming at my neck and Coach Rock and
y'all don't be sending Dolph no hate mail now.
Oh, they can send me hate mail, you know. But like I said Sunday,
just throw a check in there.
I'm off it, but I'm going back until he get cut. I'm rolling with him because I think he better than Callaway. That's
Well,
just my opinion. I think he better than
OG,
Callaway. Oh, you ain't got to agree
bro.
with me. I feel you, baby. I feel you.
Nah,
You got to
OG,
agree.
I get where you coming from, OG. I respect it. But Traquan Smith and Marquez Callaway, we seen it last year with the lights on in a real game with Jameis in it and everything. But Traquan Smith act like he don't know what football is once he touched the field.
So let me ask you this: Who was the Saints' best receiver last year?
Marquez Callaway. He was leading the Saints in receiving yards.
No, you going by yards. He was not the best receiver. The best receiver the Saints had last year, most consistent, best route runner was Deontay Hardy. And he would have had more numbers if he wouldn't have got hurt and got suspended. Callaway got most of his yards at the last 3 weeks of the season. Remember, the whole season he couldn't get separation. That was the thing with that's why Jamie and think about Jamie. Who was balling?
At the end of the season.
I'm with you.
At the end of the season. No, it was at the beginning. Yeah,
he wasn't balling at the beginning.
He caught a Hail Mary.
He caught a few touchdowns with Jameis Winston.
But who was the big play receiver? Who Jameis was Hardy. Who was the most consistent receiver?
Both of them were doing good. Jameis Winston. I'm being prudent. I'm being honest
in that case, though, OG, because last year
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Drops.
What you say?
The Saints was top 5 in drops last year. If we're keeping it 100
and Callaway and Hardy, they all had.
We're just looking at who's the best option just in case a receiver goes out, or you either Hardy going to be the deep shot always, but third down.
But see he's more refined than that. Hardy's game is just not going deep. That's why they're gonna use him more this year. He's gonna be used more in the offense this year. His game is just not going deep. I'm sorry.
My thing with
why they got Rashid, I think that's why they got Rashid Shaheed in. For he could take more of the special teams we can use.
That might
more like Tyreek. That's my guess.
Well, that definitely might be true now since which I'm surprised. Why would you release Esau Winston but keep Baker? I don't understand that.
They're probably gonna sign him back eventually, like they did. Yeah. Because remember they released J. Lee Johnson the other day, and now he's back on the squad again. So it's just a drop to the numbers.
But I know Baker suspended 6 games. And let's be realistic. He has no chance of making the 53.
That's true.
So why not just cut ties with him? And then you can sign him back after suspension to the practice squad. It was just kind of strange. I found that release there kind of strange today.
I mean, the thing with Callaway that I've said since the beginning is, he showed out like crazy, and everybody was super hyped about Callaway during the preseason last year because of soft coverage that happens during preseason. No one's playing super tight. When he was doing the reps with the first team and the first team defense, they're all playing soft. They're just coming in there trying to get their feet wet again, getting used to some actual contact because a little bit easier in practice. Preseason's kind of a little elevation from there, and. The one catch that Callaway made yesterday, I don't think it says much because it's still the same situation.
Yeah.
We say last year about how, he was being guarded by the number 1 cornerback. Yeah. So, will he be better if he's guarded by the number 2, number 3, or, whatever it is? Yeah, I'm sure he will, but it's the toughness and physicality that Callaway lacks. Callaway has a build like Mike Thomas, but lacks the physicality spot, and he's not fast enough to break away and get open. A lot of the times, watching the games last year, even when our quarterbacks did have time, and it wasn't often, for the most part, nobody was open. They were having to sit there, scramble. The amount of times that I saw, whether it was Simeon, Hill, or Jameis back there, just looking, because no one's open, was like uncomfortably bad.
Yeah.
And now a part of that goes into the quarterbacks as well, because quarterbacks have to learn how to throw people open, and that's one thing that I don't think Ian Book's ever going to develop. That's one thing Jameis has showed sparks of, and that he has developed, and hopefully he improves on. It's something that Andy Dalton has done in his career, whether you think he's a good quarterback or not, but he does know how to throw people open. A lot of those things got to come into play when you're saying, do you want Traquan, who has different elements to him as to why we want him on the team. I know everybody hates it when we mention it, that, he does block really well, which is important. Yeah. He might catch only 60%, but he catches ones that matter when he's getting hit, and he's a good blocker and helps out with the run game. So, like, where do you put that at your importance, level?
Yeah. I like Traquan Smith still. Like I said, I think if you had to keep 6 receivers, I think he would be one of the 6 receivers unless somebody literally outsigns him, like we said, Dixon's, who's looking pretty good, or what's the other guy named? Kurt Merited or something like that. If he signs or whatever, then maybe keep him over Traquan and just put Traquan on the practice squad as your protected person that can't get stolen off your practice squad if you really needed to. But I think Jameis likes Traquan a lot, so I think that's why he re-signed anyway back with us instead of signing with the Falcons. And I think Jameis the one that's trying to tell them keep Traquan for me, because I think he likes him. That's like his dude. But I do want to get this off my chest about the Callaway part. To be honest with y'all, I think Callaway could have easily had a 1,000-yard season last year if Jameis would have never got hurt, because that was his dude. Like, he had a connection with Jameis. He had 700 yards last year, and he was basically 300 yards away, and he had Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian drawing to him.
And that looks good, but every team should have a 1,000-yard receiver.
At least one.
You're talking about Carolina. You're talking about Carolina Panthers, who had Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore both have 1,000 yards. Not this previous year, but the year before. Like, you should have a wide receiver. If you don't, then there's a deeper problem somewhere.
And we did not.
And we did not. And so we blame it on quarterback play because of injuries and stuff like that. But
Real fan. What was the quarterback Sam Darnold when they had 1,000 yards?
Yeah, I think. Wait, was it? It might have been.
No, it was Teddy Bridgewater.
Who was it? It was Bridgewater.
It was Teddy.
You're right.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of does
just made it worse.
Right?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, we put a lot of potential on Callaway, and when I say we, damn sure wasn't me, but I say we as in like the entire Saints Nation because of the preseason. I got a homeboy, and he's not really big into fantasy. Like he knows football and all that, but he's like, yeah, man, I got Callaway in the 3rd round. So I was like, yo, whoa, what?
Whoa,
what are you doing? Yeah, man, he's the number 1 receiver, man, for the Saints. Go get a lot of targets, man, a lot of yards. I'm like, bro, like, calm down. This dude is an undrafted. I didn't say that.
My old lady picked him up in the 3rd round. I dogged him the whole season.
I picked him up in the 5th round.
What I'm saying is Saints Nation, like, because of their preseason, like Real Fans said, I mean, the starters for those opposing secondaries, they do play soft because no one wants to get no one's going a full 125% if you're a starter already in the NFL in preseason. So guys like Callaway did get shined in that preseason game. Now, mind you, when you get to the regular season, things are different. So it was a very unfortunate event that he was our number 1 receiver, knowing that he went from will I make a 50-man roster to be the number 1 guy. He's like, yo, so Saints Nation put a lot of stock into him that he just ultimately could not, provide for us. So it's funny because he goes from the number 1 receiver last year, quote unquote, to number 5 on the depth chart now. It just tells you what he really is. So to say that he even got 700 yards last year was very impressive in my opinion.
Right.
But honestly, to get 1,000, James had to throw to him. I mean, he had to have, over 150 attempts out there to get 1,000 yards. It just felt like that kind of style. But on top of that, I feel like our receiving core, they're just much better now. So you're talking about Harley versus Callaway. That's pretty much, eggs and potatoes, whatever you want, man. Like, we don't care. Whoever's the best fit is going to be the best fit for that particular play route, play design, the scheme. And for Traquan Smith, he is going to be strictly red zone and in. That is you would not see Traquan in between the 20s. You would not. You would see Traquan in the red zone and in the goal line.
Why not between the 20s?
No, but because we got so many other athletes. I mean, unless you're going to run a 5-man every time, then yeah, he'll find his way. But we're talking about 4 receivers. Okay. Traquan's like a in there until the goal line because he is a great blocker. And in the red zone, you want good running in the red zone, and Traquan is one of the best blocking receivers in the NFL. That's why he's still going to be, in my opinion, a lock for the roster. Although do I want him? Not really, but he's still going to be a lot because of what he could do on the 20 on down.
Let me get everybody in the chat heated right quick.
Go ahead.
So hey, Hoodie, do me a favor. Pull up Callaway numbers from last year and Traquan Smith and watch. What? Everybody in the chat, y'all got on me Friday. Y'all get on me again. I'm riding with Traquan. I'm tired of all this hate on
Well,
me.
while Hoodie search that up,
Hey,
I'm going
riding
to
with
explain to Saints
Traquan.
fans why
Hey.
Jameis improved because of that sorry excuse for us wide receiving core. I'm going to keep it real. It was bad.
Huh?
But listen, Saints fans, this actually helped Jameis throw to more than just one receiver because what we saw in Tampa was Mike Evans or nothing. It was Mike Evans or nothing in Tampa. When he came to New Orleans, learning to spread the ball out would improve his game by a huge margin.
Amen to that.
All right, hold on, y'all. Let's see.
It's apples and oranges when you talk about Traquan Smith and Callaway. Because honestly, if I want to talk about someone,
Hey, you know how I feel?
Potential, I'm going with Callaway
Wait.
potential for
Hoodie.
like getting
Yeah.
separation. Yeah, Traquan all day.
What I'm going to explain to you is my problem with Traquan Smith. Listen, he has talent, right? But the issue with Traquan Smith is he doesn't progress. You're supposed to see improvement every single year from a guy. What you see for Traquan is improve, decreased, improve, decrease. You don't want to see that at all.
Hey, Dolph, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Cool.
I'm back.
Okay.
So,
This was the season right here that's highlighted.
Apples and oranges, kind of like because both guys are gonna not see a lot of playing time. You talking about Mike Thomas, Jarvis Landry, and Chris Olave, and we're sitting here talking about who's gonna be the fourth and fifth receivers for New Orleans Saints. Although it is still very important, but it's all about down and distance, where we at on the field at the very moment. And like I said, I think Traquan Smith is gonna be a big time receiver when it comes down to the goal line and red zone. That's what he's there for, I promise you. So you talk about Mike Thomas on one side, and on the other side is going to be Traquan for those two-man set, the I formation two-man set. That's definitely a two receiver set for the I formation. I guarantee you the 20 on to the goal line is going to be Mike Thomas on the right side, Traquan on the left side. That's how it's going to be in the 20 for I formation, like stuff like that. That's why you want because those play actions work very well. And Traquan Smith does very well.
I agree with that.
Faking the block and then going for a quick slant or something like that. He's in there for that.
Right.
That's what he's going to be there for. But in the 20s, you're not going to see Traquan unless it's going to be a 5 receiver route. But outside of that, you're not going to see him. He's there for
if you're gonna say that though, you got to say what receiver other than Olave, Jarvis, and MT are you going to see out in the field in 3 wide receiver sets, except for giving Jarvis a quick break, maybe when you bring in Hardy for a second, or Olave for a second. MT plays majority of the downs as long as he's healthy.
I think forget.
Hey, you know what I feel?
Kamara is basically now the 4th option.
And that's right. We forget about we did this last time. AK goes out and lines up the wide receiver spot too. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to
Taysom Hill.
That's why and Taysom Hill. That's like what Dolph said and what Uneducated said is that whenever wide receivers decide to keep, it's not because of lack of talent or more talent or anything like that. It's what schemes are we going to use them for that we need that necessity in.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I would like to say though about the Callaway part though? Somebody asked me who you think is better, Traquan or Callaway. I'm be honest with you. I would say Callaway. Why? He's available. He's on the field playing. Unlike Traquan. Traquan just always hurt. Now if Traquan will play a full season and so is what he can do, then I can, change my mind. But right now
I go potential is Callaway for potential, yeah.
And just think of this though too. A lot of people was questionable about Callaway being our number 1 last year because of, the year before, he didn't play that much. He didn't do too much. But you got to think, too, he was definitely playing with Drew Brees the last year, in 2020. And in 2021, he got a little taste of what Jameis can do. And if you watch Callaway's highlights, for some reason, he was so good as a deep threat. But people don't count him as a deep threat because they just saw what he did with Drew Brees that year. Which, Traquan's the same thing, right? Traquan used to be a deep threat in college. And we thought we was going to see that from him when we drafted him. But what happened? He had to play to Drew Brees' strength. And Traquan just kept getting hurt. But like I said, and I said a bunch of times with myself, right? Traquan, if the dude is your 5th, 6th option, and he's not on the field as much, he should be able to stay healthy. So when his number is called, he's going to be making those plays like he was doing when his number was called, when he was healthy finally.
For those guys, I mean, we can always say, "Oh, he's a deep threat," but you could be a deep threat, quote unquote, but you still need separation to be a deep threat. You could be fast all day and can't separate. There's a difference. I mean,
Callaway's not that fast.
He's not. So we talk about him playing to Jameis's strengths, which is a deep ball kind of guy. Can he get open for the deep ball?
Oh yeah, he was doing it a few times.
He can jump up for the Hail Marys all day. That's cool, but like on a consistent basis. Now, hopefully, when he plays against the third cornerback or the fourth cornerback, whoever's in there, safety, whatever, yeah, he can make those things happen. But we saw if he's playing against the number one corner, which unfairly to him, he was the number one receiver. He's not going to get any separation. I don't care how fast you are, how big and strong you are. If you can't separate in the NFL, you just can't. The greats can separate, the route running. If you don't have perfect route running like the Mike Thomas, the Cooper Kupps, the kid from Minnesota, those guys have excellent route running. Today's NFL, I mean, the greatest receiver of all time, people think is Jerry Rice. Well, Jerry Rice wasn't there. He wasn't known for his speed. Jerry Rice was known for his great footwork, or like Shaq says, feet work. So he was great for his route running. Like Duke can get open by his head, his neck, his shoulders, that kind of stuff. That made it work.
Like Chris Carter.
Yeah, Chris Carter. Yeah. Same thing with Chris Carter. All right, there's catch touchdowns. Yeah. But my thing is, like, if Callaway, and we seen with Traquan now, it's been years and years and years, it feels like, and like who that center said, he's just not getting better, or Real Fan Sports, someone said that, but he's just not getting better. It feels like every year it's the same crap. Even the game where he should have caught that touchdown, he got to catch that touchdown. At first, I thought it was swat out of his hand, but you see the replay, you're like, oh no, he just kind of dropped it. He wasn't real tough with it, and which could have changed it up. And since we're talking about Saints and all that, everyone was giving love to these running backs. I hate to change the subject. I
wanted to go here.
Thank you, because the running backs, I mean, they look okay. I wouldn't call it great, and I wouldn't call it bad. The best one I saw was Smith. There was potential, but I'm sorry, when you're an undrafted running back, and when you're on the goal line, and your livelihood is on the line, this isn't Mark Ingram or Alvin Kamara, where if you fumble it, hey man,
I love this.
It happens to everybody. But if you
All the
are
excuses they're making.
if you are an undrafted rookie and you got it on the goal line, I don't care who brought up their fist to punch that football out. I don't care. You got to hold on to that ball. He was having a good game until that. And that lets me know that right here is all about that. You're not worried about that then.
I mean, that's that contract in his hand right there. That's your career. That's your house. That's your car. That's your mama's house. That's your mama's car.
But when you drop that pressure, you got to hold on to the football. One, it changes the whole entire game. We win that game, but we don't care about wins and losses. But it's all about the principle. When you're down there, and when you got like Real Fan Sports says, you got your mom on the line, your daddy on the line, your cousin Pookie and them. They all want you to score that touchdown. You got to hold on to that rock. I don't care what peanut punch came through or not, you got to hold on. And that right there is a cause for concern, because everyone was hyped up on Tony Jones last year, right? And he had a great preseason last year. But I saw a game where he had that fumble. Remember he had that fumble that game? And I was like, to say that your livelihood is on the line, you should not be coughing that ball at all.
That's the worst thing you could do in the preseason fighting for a spot.
Worst thing.
Fumble the ball, cough up the ball. You can drop it. You could get stopped at the line. Don't choke up a possession.
Right.
However,
goal line, from the 2-yard
I'm going to be
line,
honest with you.
Can't fumble that ball.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's a little bit too harsh, because y'all forget Dwayne Washington also put that ball on the ground.
It's a difference, though.
I don't like Dwayne Washington at all.
Wait.
Go
ahead.
Yeah.
So I understand his livelihood is on the line. He has to hold on to the football. Blank, period. That is what it is. But this is his transfer to the NFL. He has to get this type of play so he know what he can do. He still has more time to show us what he can do, because after one game, he wasn't guaranteed a contract, okay? Just one game, he wasn't guaranteed. But guess what? Now you know, hold on to the ball better. Now let's see what you do against the Green Bay Packers. Let's see what you do then. If you could put up a similar performance, then we can start looking at you at a different type of way compared to the rest of the running backs.
So why are we giving him a pass, though? Why are we giving him a pass?
Because the winner game, you have to not turn the ball over.
And what did he do?
He turned the ball over. But
Where
Ian
did he
Book
turn the ball over?
on the goal line, but Ian Book turned over the ball too.
He turned the ball over inside the 1 yard line, going in for a potential game clinching score. You cannot do that. There is the difference between him and Washington fumble is Washington did fumble, but he got it back.
Yeah.
Smith fumbled inside the 1 yard line, going in for a game clinching touchdown. You can't do that.
But
everything else you did the game is gone.
Ian Book wasted possessions too.
Yeah, that's why we've been dogging on Ian.
I'm not about to give some.
Now the question is, do you compare that to Abram Smith though? Listen, he dropped the ball. It's a fumble. It's preseason. We don't care. We trying to see you grow as a player. But what we saw in Ian Book is unforgivable.
Why is that worse than? Why y'all making that worse than y'all?
How do you fumble
y'all give him excuses, but y'all making Traquan drop that pass. Y'all making a big difference. What's the difference?
Listen, he dropped the pass, but guess what? There's difference between somebody making a better play and getting their fist in that ball compared to you muffling a snap.
My thing is, guys like what I'm saying is the hunger. See, guys like Washington, yes, he fumbled, but guess what? Washington been paid 3 or 4 times already over in his career, right? So he's not too much. I'm talking about the guy who's got to be hungry, like the guy like you ain't really had a nice contract yet, and your first real chance to score a touchdown in the goal line, and you're known for this bruiser kind of guy. You can't fumble that football. I understand that. Yeah, Ian Book was tragic. We've been dogging him this for like 2 days now, like hard. I understand that. Washington fumble got it back, but still, I'm saying guys like Washington, guys like your average Joe Blow running back who's been in the league 4 or 5 years, they've gotten paydays already. They got some respect as it is. A guy like Smith, I mean, in my mind, and this is me like honestly, I played the running back position my whole entire life, but I understand the importance of goal line protection. If I can't trust you in the goal line 1 yard, I really cannot trust you anywhere else. Now, the kid had a decent game. I understand that, and I would like to see him more with the second team because I think he is going to be a really good running back. But I'm saying the mental right here, the mental. My thing is the first thing on my mind is, hey, don't fumble that ball. I'm strong enough to trust my line. Let's go in there and plow our heads in, but don't fumble that ball. And he was real loosey-goosey with it for the 2 yard line, and I don't like that.
The only good thing for him is that it happened in the first preseason game.
Yes,
right.
That's it. Yes. So you got 2 more to show up, because if this happened in the second one or the third one, like I mean, and it's getting really close to making that roster. Like that's a wrap for me.
He's already
he has a chance to come back.
And I did like, I mean, but they all showed some flashes. Like we all got, I mean, none of them were Kamara, and most of them aren't even Ingram. So we understand that. But we're talking about the third string running back, which is still a potential big kind of guy for us because of, you never know what Alvin Kamara, they might, you never know the NFL.
Like that too.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're hearing rumors about him not having a suspension at all. Still, we don't know. Right. Until we officially know, we can stop the debate, but we need that third string running back to be that guy that we can count on for 10 carries, and even a couple of screen passes here or flats out there, whatever. We need that kind of guy. But the thing is, what we saw from 2 of our 4 running backs was a fumble.
Yeah,
and we're that type of team that the only thing that can really hurt us is ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean, and what is the one thing we said going into this season with how well our defense is, and still having some, we don't have questions about our offense, but outsiders do, is that we have to just play good, clean football on the offensive side, and fumbles and turnovers is not what makes things look good.
Right.
That's true. Well,
but to go to Troy's comment right here, he got relaxed. In truth, he did get relaxed when he was on that goal line.
Can't do that.
And you can't do that. You can't when your livelihood is on the line, baby. Because, I mean, he got a nice little contract to come be part of the team, a nice little signing bonus. I understand it, but think about it. What he got, 200,000? Something like that? What he got, Hoodie?
You're talking about playing in the NFL and being set for life, having your family set for life, to fighting to try and find a job that's going to make you 6 figures.
Right, because let's be honest, 200,000 when you take away taxes and you take away yada yada yada, it ain't 200,000. Let's be real.
I mean, I mean, Hoodie, what's your thoughts on a fumble, a big fumble like that in preseason?
I mean, like, yeah, like everybody said, I agree with everybody. You know, you're not supposed to fumble, especially, you know, on the 1-2 yard line when you're about to score. But I do agree with some of the people in the chat and who that at the same time. It is the first freaking preseason game, so let the man have his little moment. You know, like we did with Trevor Penning. You know, he had his little moments that he can fix up, that we know that he can fix. So let's say Abram Smith, what was that? What was that with his first fumble? Because he was nervous. You know, first game, about to score, feeling, you know, oh, good about this. I'm about to hit, you know, get into that end zone. Boom, fumbled it. And guess what? What if he fixes that and never fumbles again? I mean, we've seen Alvin Kamara fumble before, right? And then we haven't seen him fumbled in, like, since that one fumble. I ain't seen it in forever. It's just because, like, he worked on it. So Abram Smith can do the same thing, you know. And I know somebody, I think it was Delph, right? You were saying, like, what made the difference between him and Traquan, you know, dropping the ball or whatever in the end zone. I think the only thing I would say different between the Abram Smith and the Traquan is that Traquan, you're a veteran, bro. You've been in the league for 4 years. You should be holding on to these. You are a third-round pick receiver. This dude's an undrafted rookie that's trying to make the squad that running thing.
Don't matter how you got there. They both in the same place right now. It don't matter how you got there. They both they both in the same place. Don't matter if you were drafted or undrafted.
I know. I'm saying
Traquan cannot drop that ball in the end zone, and Abram Smith, stop making these excuses for him. I don't care if he's a rookie. They got other rookies. Don't fumble the damn ball inside the 1 yard line.
That's how I felt too.
You cannot do that.
The NFL ain't gonna be nice to you, man. They ain't gonna be nice to you and let you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, we'll give you the ball back.
Right.
It was a mistake.
Not
you know,
college, baby.
Right.
If
you get a reputation, as a fumbler, guess what? For instance, I'm gonna help y'all clearly.
They coming with
what? 2 years ago, Zeke Elliott started having a fumbling problem every week. What you saw?
Not stopped.
Everybody going out the ball. He putting that ball on the ground. He
had
to work on it.
And that was after him getting his bag too.
Right.
And
after
now he's coming into this year where even the owner Jerry Jones is coming out saying this is his last shot. He can't just play good. He's got to play great and amazing to try to come back.
Let's look at Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram had a fumbling problem. Remember?
He did.
He had to work on his of holding the ball. I'm not saying the kid can't work on it, but everybody, because we like him as an undrafted free agent, we like what he did at Baylor. He's been the talk of all the off season, so everybody just want to excuse him. But let that would have been Ozigbo, let that would have been Washington lost the ball inside the 1 yard line. Everybody be on here talking about cut Washington, get rid of him, we can replace him.
Not me.
Cannot do that.
Not me.
You cannot
not
do
me.
that.
We won't be saying that because it's preseason. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. It's preseason.
It's
so I ain't gonna get too high. I ain't gonna get too low. So
that's why I'm not doing that.
Because he can come back next week. He can rush for 100 yards, score 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Traquan can come back next week, catch 4 balls and a touchdown.
The reason why I brought it up is just because of what situation he's in. Undrafted free agent trying to fight for
you can't do that.
This is going to come down to his work ethic, and because he is undrafted, it normally when you see this undrafted guys, they're normally the hardest workers in the room for the most part.
Exactly.
So I want to see him come back and literally have a hell of a game. I want to see that his mental is strong, that he's like, damn, I messed up. This dude is going to be carrying a football everywhere he goes for the rest of the week. Like Walmart, the gas station, I don't care. I don't want to see him drop a damn ball again. I want him to come out and ball out. Show that he has that mental toughness and that physicality.
To answer that full question, though, like, let's just say our worst case scenario, AK-41 and Mark Ingram are gone. I am not confident in our running back group. I'm not, as these guys are the number one guys, or guys be like they have be part of our season for 75-80% of the downs. I'm not confident, even with the Washington, even with Smith or Zebo. I'm not confident. So we got to make sure these guys can, if they're playing that 10% of the snaps, is fine. That guy who can come out there at 10% and do some key things for us. But if an AK-41 or Mark Ingram is gone, you talk about that process. I am not anywhere near, like, even with a Washington who's been in the league for some time now, and he did have a 100-yard game for us a couple years ago. Am I correct, Hoodie? Washington.
Which one?
Washington. He had a 100-yard game for us 2 years ago, right?
It might have been lights.
Nah,
No,
came in. I
no,
don't
no,
know
that was
last
2
year.
years ago. No,
2
that
years
was
ago. Yeah,
against the Panthers,
So
right? Was it against the Panthers?
it was kind of late
When
in the game.
Kamara and everybody was out, and it was just
Yeah,
Washington
yeah, they had 100 yards. So he
and
can
Ty
do
Montgomery.
it, but we're talking about on a consistent basis. I'm not fine with none of those guys, Azebo, Smith. So if we can get those guys for now, with AK and Ingram in there, if they get 10% of the snaps, who's that guy that can produce enough on just 10%? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Can you trust? We have to find out. Can you trust Smith in the red zone in the goal line situation because he is our big bruiser, quote unquote. Can you trust him? And as right now, you can't. But hopefully, game 2 and game 3, he can prove in between the tackles he can be that guy. So those are my issues. I mean, even Washington, like you said, Dolph, he fumbled and got it back. But he still fumbled.
He's still fumbled.
He's still fumbled.
And he was just fortunate to get it back.
Yeah,
What y'all thought about Tony? What y'all think about Tony Jones Jr.? Because some people saying that he looked pretty good.
If Tony
That's what
played,
somebody told me. I didn't get to watch it.
No, he played okay. But if Tony,
And he's buff, huh?
if we base
he
Tony
put on
off
some
of
weight.
preseason, he's going to the Hall of Fame. The way we based
Last year too.
He's Hall of Fame valid, right? But the thing is, he got his shot, and he got a big shot last year.
Yeah,
and he came up super small.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't care what he does in the preseason.
And that
he's gonna make the squad. I know that. I have confidence he's gonna make the squad. But when we give him that chance,
let me ask y'all this:
he got a big opportunity last year and squandered it.
Do y'all think the third running back is on this team now?
Abram Smith.
I got a feel.
I think we should have picked somebody up.
Yeah, I got a feeling come cut down day they're gonna bring somebody in.
Well, currently, see, here's the thing about that. The thing I liked about it is Abram Smith, they've been bringing in running backs. You know, they bring in like 3 running backs since picking them up to see how they perform. It turns out Abram Smith been outperforming those running backs who came in and they kicked them right back out the door. Okay. Now, I'm not saying like he's going to get cut by the end of the year. That could happen. By the end of preseason, that could happen. But let us see more of the kid. Right. Let us see more, because I say last game, I didn't like the fact they wasn't organizing the running backs well. They gave snaps to too many people. It took all the way to around 7 minutes in the fourth quarter just to see what Abram Smith was capable of. We need to see more. That's how we figured this out.
I want to see him. I want to see in the preseason, like in the game against the Packers. If you're gonna have the starting drive, right? Let's say Dalton plays again for the first drive again.
Yeah.
And that first drive with the starters, put Abram Smith. See what he looks like with the starters. With the block.
Not yet.
No, I want to see. I just want to see, because it's preseason. You want to see what they can do with your starters.
Give them with the second.
But the thing is too, though, it doesn't matter what lineup they're with. I mean, you might have some better guys on the offensive line and stuff like that to help with it, but they're still not bringing out a playbook. Like it's simple run plays that they're going to be running through. It's vanilla. Right. They aren't setting up big things to try and open them up space. It's no, let me see, can you make space out of a simple play? Can you break through a couple tackles and get 4 or 5 yards?
Shit, if I was the coach, that's what I would do. If I was the head coach, I would literally do that. I'll put the starters in for the first drive. So like last game, Dwayne Washington got the start. He looked good, but besides that one little fumble, but he got it back. So why not next game give it to somebody else? Like a Digbo, let him start, or Abram Smith. Like I said, let somebody else start with the starters, see how they look, because it's preseason. That's what this shit is for, because you're not going to be able to start in the regular season because AK and Mark Ingram's going to start over.
Well, the thing is, because of a shortened preseason, you're not going to see that. There's only 2 more games left. It's not a long preseason like it used to be, where you can actually test things out. Yeah, go for it.
Real uneducated hoodie, Dolphin, y'all mentioned this earlier. Ian Book is taken away from the play. Why don't you, when Ian Book is playing, just hear me out, you use that opportunity to go through the running backs, because that's what they should have done when Ian Book was playing like that. Run the football, drain the clock, get
first, second down.
First, second down. What needs to happen is when Ian Book comes in, run the ball more. I don't want to see Ian Book drop back 20 times.
But and I always felt like your O-line, if you have a good running game, that gives them confidence, the O-line. Because if you're always backing up in the beginning, like these guys are young, they want to have contact, right? You want to feel cocky. You want to like, all right, we're hammering down these guys. Now let me go ahead and now all of a sudden your pass blocking gets better because of your confidence of mowing guys on first and second down. You can touch them up. Well, you're right about that. Ian Book dropping back 25 times the whole entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you don't want to see that in a
That-
preseason game, especially when you got a major battle for the
running back.
fourth running back. Yeah, so I get that point, and it gives more confidence in your O line because now you're steady going backwards all game, and like, can I touch someone first? Can we hit someone for 2 or 3 straight downs?
This also gives opening for Trevor Penning too, for him to field the game at the first half or just anything. It just helps him work on his run blocking down the line. But this running back battle looks like it's at a balance right now. If I had to judge by the competition, Tony Jones, you got Washington, then you got Smith, and then you got Ezigbo. We need to see more. That's all I'm saying. We need to see more.
No one stood out like crazy. Like I said, I didn't get to watch everything fully. I mean, like I said earlier about Tony Jones, like I said, it looked like it. Yeah, no, he gained some weight, but I just don't know if that's a good thing for him.
He don't run with aggression. That's the thing that I don't get. He don't run with aggression.
I don't think it helped his case. Like normally when you think, oh, running back got bigger, put on some muscle, you're like, oh, hell yeah, they about to ball out. But like whenever I saw him that big, I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing, man. He just looked like a damn meatball running down.
Maybe they see something different in him, right? Maybe the coach sees something differently in Tony Jones and say, look, hey, put a few pounds on you. I think you will look better like this, play this play style. Because he might have changed his play style up,
But like UNeducated mentioned, it's about the mindset, the attitude. When Tony Jones don't have that mindset of, let me just run through the hole. He over here jab stepping too much and being indecisive of what he going to take. That's the issue. Does he have the mindset when he put on that extra weight?
Hey, Hoodie, put up David Jones' comment, man.
Which one, the pending one or
no, the one before? Because that's something that gets overlooked a lot. Now, which one of those guys, which one of those young backs can we trust? Just say they had to come in and James in there. Which one of them can we trust? Because what people underestimate and forget about Mark Ingram. He's one of the best blocking running backs in the entire National Football League.
He taught Alvin Kamara good, too.
He will stone a linebacker and a safety. He's very excellent at that. So to put one of these kids in the game, we have to trust you. So out of those kids, who do we trust? Who can we trust?
That's how you gain trust. You put him
with Andy Dalton, Hoodie. He's not going there with Andy Dalton to block for Andy Dalton.
This is how you gain trust. You give them more chances to prove themselves.
See, I need somebody to explain this to me, okay? Because I was talking about it. So, remember I was saying I would want to see more because it's preseason. So, put Abram Smith with the starters. And y'all was saying, no, I don't really want to see that. But to be honest with you, I feel like it's the same shit like if you look at like the James situation, right? James was with the Bucks. It was shitty. It was not a good coach. It was not, a good team at the time. Mm-hmm. So, I feel like if you put in Abram Smith with the third strings, you might not see his full potential if you put him with the starters. Like right now, it's the time to see what these people can do with certain starters because it's preseason. Like once it comes regular season, he ain't getting a shot. That's what I'm saying. Show me what you can do with this thing. Like explain to me.
I'm not trying to see Smith miss a block and get Dalton hurt.
I'd like to hear y'all side. Like explain it to me. Why not?
I'm not trying to see a rookie miss a blocking assignment to get our quarterback killed. I'm not trying to see.
Hey, that's what preseason for, though.
No. You don't want to do that. You don't take that chance, Hoodie. You don't take that chance.
Wait. You just wait. I think I get what Hoodie's saying because after Andy Dalton got out, they kept using Eric McCoy and Cesar Louise. Nothing's wrong with him running behind that type of line. Don't get Hoodie wrong on that one. I want
to see some stuff.
I understand that, but I'm talking about keeping your quarterback safe. Do you trust the young man when it comes down to knowing the playbook and knowing how to block, on a pass play? He's a running back. He can do that all day. He can run all day. But I'm talking about the blocking wise.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think Abram Smith might be by the time in the preseason, him doing more practices and getting maybe some first rep and learning the playbook, he might be one of the better ones. Because just remember, he played linebacker, so he might know how to pick up the reads like that because he played defense before.
You never know, man.
So I'm saying he might know how to read that.
Maybe if Dalton wasn't there, maybe Ian Book, whatever, yada yada yada. But I'm not Dalton. No,
but then you're not. But then you're not
James. Not with James and not with Dalton. No sir.
But I like the other one better when Ian Book hits the field. Let's see less passing and let's see more running.
And you can still do that because even if we take Dalton out after one drive or whatever, still a lot of our first-ish string people are still going to be out there, Yeah. So they'll still have some guys up there, and if Ian gets cracked, maybe he'll build some toughness up. I don't know.
And but then you also got
find his pocket he
too,
dropped.
So basically, we're hit him hard enough so he can pass better.
Does the guy deserve, because of that fumble? Does he deserve to go up there and play with the first string? Because you know how coaches are. You got to earn your stripes again.
That's true too.
I think he does, because it's freaking preseason. Like, this is the time to play these people because AK and Mark Ingram ain't playing. So switch these 4 running backs. Let them see who plays the best with your starters, because at the end of the day, that's who you're gonna have to play with if somebody went down. So I want to see who's gonna play the best with my starters.
But you got to think of a respect level in like a team chemistry level too. It's like, well, okay, this dude just had the worst fumble he could have had in the game. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and give you some first string reps and award you for that. While other guys are if I'm Washington, the other guy would be like, damn, bro, like I thought I had a decent game. Why am I not?
Quick question.
That's not rewarding.
Would you give? Listen, you could give the first quarter to Tony Jones, right?
Yeah.
But who would you give the second quarter to? Abram Smith, Zigbo, or Dwayne Washington?
I think we've seen enough of Dwayne Washington to not have to give him the second one. I will say
because Dwayne Washington is staying on his team because, like it or not, y'all forgot that dude is a dog on special teams.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So like I could see getting the first reps with Tony Jones and then bringing in either Smith or Ezebo. I think Smith is the better option than Ezebo to bring in, like get some first time. And like you said, run the fucking ball with him. Get that dude in the trenches and let's see what happens. Potentially
better than Ian Book throwing.
Hear me out, real fans. You said you're like rewarding a guy to fumble. You're not rewarding nobody because he's getting first reps. You're getting him first rep because it's effing preseason. Now, if it was a regular season game and he fumbled in the first game of the season, and then you're like, hey, let me just put you with the starters now.
We're looking at it from the outside perspective. Hoodie, if you and me are going and trying out for the team right now, you had a decent game. You had, average 5 yards per rush, didn't make any mistakes, and then I came at the end and fumbled. And you're like, hell yeah, I deserve like this spot, like I'm ready to fight for my spot. And then all of a sudden, all right, man, we're gonna send you at the end. We're gonna play you the last 5 minutes, and we're gonna put Zach up in there and play
but I want my chance at playing with the starters to see what I can do with the best players on the field. That's what I want to do. It's preseason. That's
what I'm saying. You want them, and I want them. The one who fumbled, I want him too. You want him, but you didn't fumble. You deserve him more than what I do. So why would I know what
you're saying. It's because it's freaking preseason. That's what I'm trying to get in your head. It's preseason. We don't give a fuck what happens. We want to see.
But those
preseason. I want to see what he can do with my starters. I don't want to put him in as starter when the regular season starts now. I want to see what he can do right now while you can make the mistakes and you can fix it. I want to see who's going to fit the best with my starters.
And I get it.
That's what preseason's for.
That's what I'm saying. Is they want that too. They want that too. They want that time too.
From the 1 yard line.
Yeah, who started the game?
But hold up. The potential though. Listen. You can fumble at the 1 yard line all you want, but like Dolph said, Tre'Quan Smith has the potential. You don't know what Smith can do. From what we saw Smith do that game, what I saw best out of Smith was he was averaging 4.3 yards a carry, more than Tony Jones and more than a Zigbo and more than Washington.
That's true. Because all that Dwayne Washington talk, 9 carries, 19 yards.
So 1.3 yards a carry.
9 carries, 19 yards.
So who started the game? Somebody answer that. Who started?
Dwayne
or was it Tony Jones?
Dwayne Washington.
Yeah. All right. You saw what he did? He looked pretty good. He fumbled, but got it back, right?
He didn't look too good.
So now that's game. Who did
19 yards on 9.
He had the touchdown. Who did good? The touchdown made him look quote unquote good, but I think any running back in that position.
Who was the next guy? Who was the next guy that looked good? Tony Jones, right? That was the next guy that looks good to y'all. So give Tony Jones start in next week, and then the last preseason game, take out Zigbo and Smith to see who's going to start.
Exactly.
Because I want to see somebody with a starting rep. And like I said, it ain't like you rewarding them for the effort. It's preseason. You want to see what these guys can do. Because I'm not about to reward you like this. This is regular season. If you fumble that, you're going back to the back of the line. You better earn it again to try to get in the start lineup. But this is preseason, and this is what you really want to see. That's what it's for. You want these kids to make their mistakes now than make it during the regular season. So I want to see what you're going to do.
But what I saw from Smith, was the fact that it took a bunch of these guys, it took them the full 9 reps. You see how fast they get to 27 or how slow they get to 27. It took 2 running backs a while to get up to those numbers. Smith got that in just 3 runs. He got the 30 in 3 runs.
Yeah.
Playing against third stringers and people
But
who ain't gonna be on the team.
Hey, wait. He was playing with third stringers. But guess what? That's just where they got him. And that's why you move him up to second.
And that's who he fumbled the ball against too.
Third stringers.
Hey, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. And guess what?
Got him punched out.
So now you see what he did with the third strings, right? Now you move him up to the second strings. And then last game, move him up to the first strings and see what he can do. That's what I'm saying. It's preseason, right? That's what it's for. Like, how will you feel? You trying out for a team. You did good. You just made one little mistake. Next game, you come out. You do solid. You don't fumble at all. You do good.
Stop.
And then I give you your first string.
Stop, Hoodie. That's not a little mistake. Don't do that. No, that's not a little mistake.
It's
not.
It's a fumble.
It comes down. We got to narrow it down to 1 or 2. Like the last preseason game is all about narrowing down to 1 or 2.
Exactly.
If there's a battle between 2, then you let those 2 play. Just them 2. The whole last preseason game.
That's what they did with Taysom and Jameis. Y'all forget. Taysom and Jameis. Until Jameis went in that last preseason game and went the F off, he just blew Taysom out of the water. Coach Sean Payton was like, Taysom, you lost. Just come on to the side.
That never was a competition, man. That never was a competition. You know, come on, who that center? You know there wasn't no competition.
I know it wasn't, but hey, you got to admit, Jameis put it on locks. Jameis put it on locks after that performance.
He had it on locks. Yeah. As soon as they announced the competition, it was on locks. I'm just saying, man.
Not the Sean P though.
Yeah, man. We love you, Sean. But
he was the only one.
On national TV talking about he the next Steve Young. Man, stop it.
If Sean can get an animal, to play quarterback, he would and try and prove everyone that this animal can throw touchdowns. He's that boy
will put a monkey.
It'd be an animal without thumbs, bro, like an ostrich or some shit. They ain't even got arms. No, that bitch can run though.
Hey, man. Hey, Hoodie. David had a question about Peyton Turner, man. Somebody had a question in the chat about it was David Jones about Peyton Turner.
Yeah, did Peyton Turner even play?
Yeah, he played.
He played.
He didn't have a pressure or anything, but he was very effective in tackling.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
no pressures.
He didn't have no pressures.
And Uneducated, I know you said you had get going. If you want to tell everybody, man, how to reach it and everything.
Man, you guys can see me on my YouTube channel, Uneducated Sports Talk. Around there, we do everything from live play-by-play and commentary, football, basketball, baseball. Right now, it's baseball season and football preseason, so y'all come and check your boy out, man. Also, you can see me on Twitter. My Twitter is @CarlosClayton_. My Twitter is @CarlosClayton_, and my Instagram, it is uneducated_sports talk, man. But come check out the channel, man. Me and PJ and this thing, she discussed about the Saints talk right now because she said it's all about the Rams, but it's all love though, man. So we gonna get it right though. As Super Bowl champions, we'll get it right. I'm addressing everything.
I got one question for you and PJ. Go, man.
What's happening?
Man, when PJ coming off injury reserve, man. She's still playing the L. She good.
She good.
She good now? All right. I just want to make sure you're good, PJ.
Yeah. We had a local vet come in and say she was playing the whole time. And, So, it got that serious, man. But no, but for real, though, you guys can check me out on my channel, man. Come up there. If you like what you see, man, hit that like button and subscribe button for all of our streams, man. And we in there, man. So I want to thank Hoodie and the rest of the panel. You guys are awesome, man. Yeah. We try.
Always lit. Always love.
Try and make it lit.
Sports talk, man.
So, but you gotta I gotta go to sleep because I gotta go to work at like 4:00 in the morning. So I gotta get some sleep.
By yourself.
Yes, get some sleep, man. Good night, man.
Much love to you, man. You guys hit that like button and subscribe to my boy Hoodie Jube and RealFansSports and Who That Center, and of course my boy Dolph, man. And Keeping It Real Who That's podcast. Y'all check them out too. Hit that like button on their streams and subscribe to me. You guys haven't because you guys are missing it all. Oh, Diego says it. Nah, Diego, you ain't missing, bro. What's good? That's my guy, man. What's up, Diego? Love you, bro. You guys have a blessed night.
Yeah, Diego.
Who that?
Missed it.
Same on you. Who that? You ain't miss it, man. You ain't miss it. Who that? Y'all take it easy, man. Love y'all.
You too, my brother.
You missed it. You should be ashamed of yourself. You missed an hour and a half of this show. Shame on you, Diego. Shame on you. But let's get back to the question for where is it at? David Jones about the Peyton Turner. He said he didn't seem like as dominant like we thought he would against the Houston Lions. So, but then again, I mean, just think of this, y'all. He might not look as dominant, but I mean, what happened last year when we thought everybody else was dominating in the preseason, and then you bring him to the regular season and it's the same shit. So what if he's just playing light and not trying to, play as good because like some corners do, they play light coverage on you and you think they suck now, but when they come to real
But you
season,
would think he
fall.
will play with more authority, especially since the fact that Marcus Davenport has a chip on his shoulder this season.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's preseason. People are going to be like, oh, he did that in preseason.
Saying,
what they're going to do?
As fans, we want to see him rock one of these quarterbacks lights out, Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because we might get bounty gate again. But, we might want to see, we'd want to see that. But at the end of the day, this dude's just trying to stay healthy.
Exactly.
he going 70%. He just, trying to do his thing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, I think Peyton Turner's going to be fine. Like I said, I don't think he's really trying as much. It's freaking preseason. He knows he's got a spot on this team. I don't think nobody's really going to beat him on that defensive end. I mean, I think he's definitely the starting backup right behind Davenport. Cameron Jordan. What I'm really looking forward to see, a lot of people forgot him because he got hurt last year, but I'm ready to see Capacino. That dude's got speed and size, and the length on him.
He looked good too. He
played. Got some pressures.
That's what I'm ready to see again this year because he made some noise when we brought him in, but then he got hurt, which sucked.
Right.
So
he was leading us in sacks.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people forget about him. And I think they used him, remember, on the edge sometimes, and that's when they moved Davenport and Turner last year and moved them inside a little bit. Right. So, I mean, just think of having that many big bodies and stuff. And, I mean, I can't wait to see what the Jackson boy brings up with the defensive tackle. I'm ready to see some stuff out of him, see if he was worth that 6th pick or not. Like, is he going to do anything? Or you think he's going to be out of here, practice squad? We don't know. I'm ready to see. Like I said, that's just one preseason game. I wasn't even able to even watch it. I had to watch the freaking highlights on YouTube, which sucks because they only show you the good stuff. They don't show you the bad stuff or what could have happened. So that sucks. But hopefully the next game, when is it, Friday?
Yeah, they play Friday.
Well, shit, I'm going to be at work again. God damn it, man. Just play on a day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Carl Granderson had a good game also.
He did.
What that's what David Jones just said. Yeah. That's what David Jones just put in the chat.
No, he not getting in front of Turner. See, that's what I'm talking about.
He not.
Stop it, fam. Don't do that.
Hey,
Turner playing as.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. When Granderson gets his number called, he does this thing. When we need it to. He basically kind of reminded me of the little Jordan Humphrey on the offensive side. The dude never got a shot, but when you put him in the game, the dude
he did catch touchdowns.
Yeah, so like I said, so Granderson, does it. And what's crazy, they said Granderson put more weight on again this season.
Yeah, he looks. You could tell he looks good, man.
So that's a good thing. And what I like about it is, and I said it earlier, and I wanted to touch up on it, but everybody was talking, so I was letting y'all talk. But I wanted to touch up on a thing where our defense was basically shutting out the Texans basically almost the whole game, even their starters, without most of our regular starters in the game. And that shows you how much depth we got, how many good players. Like, even if our starter's not in, our depth players can still hold it down for us if something happens. And that's what I love about this team because, Dog 17, you've been a Saints fan a whole lot longer than me. So let me ask you, have you seen any team for any Saints team where you can say, okay, who the fuck am I keeping on this 53-man roster? Because I don't know who. Like, have you ever seen this stat before where you like, I don't know what to do?
87.
87 team?
First winning season, 87 was stacked. They was loaded. They had a good secondary. Defensive line was nasty. And, of course, they had the 4 greatest group of linebackers ever to play together. So they were stacked, man. This
offensive-wise?
Yeah. Offensive wise, they had Bobby Abel. Well, they didn't have Abel then, but
offensive wise,
he wasn't trash. But
no, he's trash right now. Talking trash about my QB.
Yeah.
Talking about James Winston.
No, man, they had the offensive wise. We had a slow ass tight end in Hoodie Brenner, who ran about a 4.9. We had our best receiver was Eric Morton. I mean, he'll catch everything, but he ran about a 5 flat, So, but they ran the ball, they played good defense, and they had one of the greatest kickers of all time, and Morton Anderson, So, but that defense was lights out, man. And on paper, right now, this defense looks like it could be the best we had. You know what I'm saying? But they got to do it, and we played the Texans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No disrespect to them.
They don't have the
depth. Yeah. But what's going to tell is the practice sessions starting tomorrow. in the game Friday against the Packers. When you got Aaron Rodgers throwing the pass instead of the kid from Stanford who we just played, it's a big difference, man. And the Packers have a defense, so I'm interested to get the reports on the 7-on-7, and I wonder if MT is going to participate in the 7-on-7 drills.
We'll see.
So that
Michael
I'm definitely.
Thomas.
That's what I wanted to ask y'all about Green Bay, because a lot of people saying Green Bay has a really good defense, but a lot of their people, like especially like the linebacker position and some of the D line, are kind of new. They from the draft, so you got to see how they perform in the NFL.
See, what makes Green Bay deadly is not their pass rush, not their linebackers. However, their secondary is what puts them on top of many other teams.
Right
when
there.
you have a guy like Alexander, you basically just lock up anybody. He's no different than Lattimore.
Gotcha. And then who's the other one that's good back there? Eric
Just
Stokes?
him. Just him. No, just him. He covered like 3 people at once half the time. They put that boy in the zone usually, just waiting for people to come over there.
Okay. And then who's the defensive tackle? Kenny Clark or something like that? Something Clark?
Yeah, Kenny
That's
Clark.
just good. Yeah, so Kenny Clark, and it was Kenny Clark holding it down there, and then you had that guy in the linebacker that left, went to the Vikings, who was the veteran linebacker, which I thought was going to be, I thought he was going to stay, but he didn't get the money that he wanted. I mean, Devontae Adams didn't get his money either, because it all went to A-Rod. But, I mean, just think of that, though. Like, you lost a really good piece at linebacker, and you're replacing him with a rookie. So the question is, can he handle the NFL level? We'll see. He was a first-round pick.
Can he handle the leadership of Rodgers?
We'll have to
real
see.
Question.
We got to see. See, because, like, a lot of people would say Green Bay defense is really good, or, like Ram defense really good. We know Aaron Donald is the top defensive player in the league, especially at the D tackle, the best D tackle you've probably ever seen. And Jalen Ramsey is one of the best, if not the best, corner in the league. But that's about it that I know about their defense, Von Miller ain't there anymore. Yes, they added Bobby Wagner, but what does he have left in the tank, right? And they act like that's the best defense in the league just because of 2 players. But when you look at the Saints, you can name a shitload of players that are amazing on this team. At each position, you go to the defensive line. Cameron Jordan, and Davenport. If he stays healthy, he's making some noise on that D line. David Adamaru is one of the most underrated, I think, defensive tackles in the league. You go to Demario Davis, who's top 5, top 3 linebacker in the league, very underrated because people don't give him the respect he deserves. And then you go to the safety, C.J. Garner-Johnson, best nickel corner. You go to Lattimore, top 3, top 5 corner.
100. Crazy.
Tyrann Mathieu.
C.J. Garner-Johnson did not make the top 100.
Did not make the top 100, and they disrespected Lattimore by putting him at, I think, like 89 or something like that.
And watch them put Diggs at like top
10. Then they put Demario Davis at 74.
Yeah.
I mean, but what more can you expect, man? I don't even worry about it.
And they about to do Trayvon Diggs like the ultimate, like this man didn't let up like almost 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
in a season.
Trayvon. I think Diggs. To be honest with you, he could probably because he's listed as a corner. I think if you moved him to like a Marcus Williams type of thing, just basically watch all over the field, he would probably become one of the best safeties in the league because of his ball hawk skills. But having to cover somebody and allowing almost 1,000 yards, that doesn't make you. The interception makes you look great, but the yards make you look even worse. And it doesn't really. And people want to try to put them together, and I'm like, bro,
he had a lower PFF grade.
I would love my dude. I would love my dude to have a bunch of interceptions. But at the same day, I don't want you to allow 1,000 freaking yards on your head almost. But I'm Dove. If you need to go, my man.
But hold on. Before I go, put Ryan comment up. Me and Ryan, that's my boy Ryan, man. We okay, since we can't get past Abram Fumble, what you want them to do? Just cut him right now? I ain't say cut him. It's not about getting past it. You can't get. You want just. You like Abram Smith, so you want to shove the fumble under the rug, and don't make it big. No, I'm talking to Ryan. That's what's going on. Y'all I'm
agreeing with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't do that.
Oh, look, he said he's listening to the delay, so like he's listening from like 15 minutes ago. He's behind.
Oh, okay.
But I do say this. Out of Tony Jones and Abram Smith, the
I think it'll come down to them two.
Yeah, we look at it at Tony Jones and Abram Smith, I'll say potential wise, you probably have more with Abram Smith compared to Tony Jones.
Hey.
It look like currently Tony Jones is in like a mixed feeling type of issue. Are you just gonna be an elusive back, or are you trying to switch it to a pure power back?
Hey, who that? I got a question for you though.
What's up?
This is my question to y'all. I think, to me, like you said, I think Abram Smith got the most upside, but you also got to say, I think Abram Smith's got a better chance to make the team maybe over Dwayne Washington because he got three things this man can do: running back, special teams, and linebacker. Dwayne Washington can do running back and special teams. That's it. So I'm saying this thing, if something happened with our linebacking core, I didn't give him over, they might ask Abram Smith to be the Taysom Hill.
They won't.
He might be going back to linebacker. I'm just saying he could if he wanted to.
I want to do that
more.
his game.
So I feel like
it's too different film study and everything like that.
It's not like that. It's too disrespectful to his game. What got him to the NFL was that running back position. If y'all looked at his college film, he showed out at the running back.
He did good at defense too.
He feels better at running back. You keep him there and you work with him on that. Now I'm okay with him playing special teams. Can kick, doing kick returns, go make you a tackle, punt returns, go get you a tackle, that type of stuff. But keep him at running back. Don't do that, man, like that.
Yeah, don't do him that.
Oh no, I'm saying I feel like he got a better chance of making the roster because he can do so many things if you really need him to. Like if it came like as an emergency thing, like really like, hey man, you think you can still play linebacker because in college you look pretty solid. You did it for them. You think you can do it for us. Try to. Just like they do with Taysom. He's a freaking great athlete, football player. He can do any damn thing you put him into. You just let him train, learn. And he does it. Like Will Lutz said out of his own mouth. As long as you don't put Taysom Hill at kick and let him take my job, I'm happy.
Now, Dolph and Real,
Yes,
I got one question for you before Dolph, you head out.
Yes, sir.
Do you let Tony Jones walk if Abram Smith overtakes, or should you just keep him on the roster and put him on a practice squad?
Keep him on the roster, put him on the practice squad. He knows the system. You know the player. I put him on the practice squad, and I'll make him one of the protected players.
Yeah.
So the question: who will be your four? Remember, because you're allowed to have four protected players. Who would be those four people that you're like, okay, they look like I need them, but I don't need them on a 50 because I don't think they're gonna make that. But these are gonna be my four important people. So Tony Jones will be one.
Tony Jones
will be your
one.
other three?
Kevin White could kick rocks.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Kevin White. My God!
Who that just said went out the window.
Oh my God! I thought you were about to say Kevin White. Lord, I was say, oh hell no.
Smokey Monday is out with an ACL tear. I don't know if he could still be on the practice squad, but he has to be protected too.
Yeah, he's out for the season though, so you don't have to worry about him. He's on IR. Nobody can take him.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy, I saw your message earlier, Troy, about Bostic, man, and the 200 plus tackle seasons he had. I like that pickup. I feel let's get him in. Let's see how he looks this week, and I think he could be a good addition, man.
But thinking about it though, Tony Jones has more. He has more to prove than Abram Smith. Abram Smith coming in as a rookie, but y'all forget Tony Jones had a season to work with. He had a season, even though he got hurt. Even when he wasn't hurt, he didn't show out like he did in the preseason. So he has more to work towards compared to Abram Smith,
right?
Because he had his opportunity. Abram Smith never got his opportunity yet. So the coach
said, and he fumbled.
Well, in regular season. I'm
just messing with y'all, man. Look, man, I'm about to get out of here, man. I gotta get up in 2 hours.
Tell them how to reach you.
Oh man, y'all can reach me on Facebook. You can reach us on Twitter, and of course YouTube, man. Keeping it real, Who That Sports podcast. Myself, the legendary Coach Rock, and 504-212 Connect, man. We just introduced our first post game show this Sunday. A matter of fact, Friday we normally go live at 8:30, but Friday, since the Saints play Friday, we're gonna turn it into a watch party. So y'all come on through and get come on here, Coach Rock, give his expert coaching opinion about what he's seeing, man, while he's sipping on that watered down drink that he always drinking on.
Yeah, it's just water. It's just water, man.
Yeah, just ice water, But yeah, man, we doing We doing some big things over there. We got a lot of things in the works, man. Got some special guests we trying to line up. And I want to thank Hoodie. I want to thank UNeducated. I want to thank Real Fan Sports, man. These brothers here done had my back since I started, man. If I need to lean on them, they're there for me. So I just want to thank y'all again, my brother. And
I don't know if you're gonna lean on me anymore. I don't know if you can lean on me anymore. You keep effing with my Abel Smith about a fumble. I might not have you back anymore, man.
It's all good, bro. We gonna agree. We gonna agree to disagree. And for all of Who That Nation, I want that smoke. I'm telling y'all now. I'm Traquan making the 53. Take that, and I'm out. And I'll hit y'all later, man. Y'all have a good night, my brother.
Hey, easy, brother. Much
love.
Right.
Who that? Who
Yes,
that?
sir.
Who that?
Who that to my man? Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, I just want to make sure because this stupid ass computer is being annoying as hell. It keeps like ringing up. USB device has not connected, and it's usually my mic that usually does that. So I just want to make sure y'all can hear me still. But Who That Center, Real Fans? Is there anything else y'all think y'all would like to cover? Because we are closing in on our market that we was going to end the time anyway. We was going to end around midnight because I got work early in the morning as well. So is there anything that you might have thought of?
I think I pretty much covered everything I really wanted to talk about. I love the improvements that's happened over the all season. I feel like Abram Smith has the potential to be that running back thrower, to even come to the second if everything goes his way. The secondary future looks good. Re-sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I don't care what he's asking for.
Facts on that one.
But everything else I got to go over. And to Eon Butler, can you put that comment up?
Which one?
Can you put that comment up? Eon Butler talk about Tony Jones was injured.
Oh, this one? Okay.
Listen, guys, he was injured, but what about the games he wasn't injured? He still performed poorly. You have to accept that fact. He had his opportunity. I'm not saying it should be over that quickly, but come on, bro. You know the New Orleans Saints way. If you don't take advantage of your opportunity, you will get replaced.
Well, I mean, I guess, not according to Traquan, still on the team.
Oh, Traquan. Oh, listen, the whole Traquan situation, the Falcons didn't want him. He came back to the Saints, and the Saints took him.
Yep. Hey, but I'm not going to lie. If he doesn't, because, I think Traquan, oh, look at this.
Yes,
Traquan's already in the chat. So. Yeah, but the talk about Traquan, I really do believe that with him being our number 5, number 6 option, I feel like he's not going to be as injury prone as much anymore. And I feel like when they call his number to come in, he's going to eat on some of those people. Because just think of the stuff that he did. He made some big.
I'm telling you, man. I think. Look, I think it's all scheme, man. I think it's all scheme when it comes down to the last couple. Because you could flip a coin and try to get any of them, man. Like I like Dixon a lot. There's some people that are so high on merit. There's some guys that are like Traquan. I mean, maybe just off. Who knows? Some people are high on Callaway. They can all switch around.
Dave, please pull this comment up. What is this comment, Dave? He had first string and second string. Smith had third and basically fourth string. What is this?
I think he's talking about last season.
Last season? Nah, I think Armstead and Ryan Runcheck was playing in those games.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? No, Armstead missed a lot of games too. But you know what is crazy though? A lot of our fans are nervous about the O-line, right?
Yeah.
But the O-line was not really that bad if you really look at it. Like
no, it's just Ian Book.
No, not that. I'm not talking about that game. I'm talking about last year. The reason why I say last year, they wasn't that bad like we think there is. You had no receivers really getting separation and get open so quick. You see how long they had to block for 5-6 seconds. You're not supposed to do that in NFL.
In today's NFL, you got like what is it, like 3.5 seconds to get rid of the ball before you feel pressure.
Yeah. They were holding on to the ball.
And there was times where we had all that time to throw the ball, but people weren't open, and then they were also. I think that has a lot to do with it too.
And then they tried to use the run game. They ran Kamara into the ground. Once he got ran into the ground, they had to trade for Mark Ingram.
Yeah,
because Tony Jones, he got hurt, but he was also not producing the at least half the numbers Mark Ingram was. You got to understand, Mark Ingram got to the team. He put up more rushing yards than Tony Jones did that season.
Oh, by the way, who that? are you gonna be free tomorrow night or no?
Oh yes, I will.
Okay, real fans, you think you'll be free tomorrow night? Because I was thinking about, since tonight was basically a bunch of YouTubers on here, and we were just talking our stuff. I feel like tomorrow, because I'm off, I don't work my night job Monday through Thursday. So Monday through Thursdays are gonna be the nights that I'm gonna be going live with y'all. A lot on the weekends. I'm gonna try to go live. But I'm saying, if you free tomorrow, Zach, and who that's definitely free, we'll open up the lines tomorrow, and tomorrow's gonna be basically your Q&A type of questions. Let your opinions out. Ask us any question that you think about, that you might have for us about preseason so far, or just the whole offseason moves. Just ask us any question that you want. We'll answer them with you, and just come let your opinions out. What y'all thoughts is. That will be tomorrow night for all of y'all. Because like I said, I normally open the lines every time I go live. Unless I got people like y'all, a bunch of YouTubers on, I like to just, have a big conversation with everybody and have a nice show just talking, So tomorrow night, it's all about y'all who's in the chat. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night and come click the link and come join us and ask us questions. Shit, we might even ask y'all questions and you can answer some stuff for us, So who that's in, if you don't mind telling everybody, man, how to find you, on, YouTube, whatever else you can
just go to the
on.
simple search engine, type up the Who Dat Center, man. I speak sports. I do play-by-plays, man. I also like to do my small little videos, man. I'm currently doing a series called Drew Brees versus Aaron Rodgers. Episode, I'm telling you now, round 2 ain't coming out until I get my 20 likes on that first video. I worked hard on that one. Y'all got to look at that one, man. I posted in Hoodie's chat too. Yeah, I'm that petty, man. Listen, I worked hard on this video.
I respect the hustle.
All right. And real fans, if you don't mind telling everybody, how they can reach you, which everybody in here should know you by now. You came on the show a bunch of times, but for maybe the new people that haven't seen you.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, my name is Zach. We go by RealFansSports. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at RealFansSports. We're actually currently 154 subscribers away from the big 1,000 mark, so we can finally start getting some monetization, so I can get some better cameras, some better mics, all that good stuff, start bringing y'all some better quality content.
Preach.
We do live play-by-play on Monday and Thursday Night Football, as well as reactions and a couple other things. And also tune in our podcast. We are starting this Friday. We'll be live every other week on all your podcast platforms, guys. I appreciate the love. Hoodie, this was a great stream, man. I had a lot of fun cutting up with all you guys. Who Dat Center, man. It was good finally talk to you. I feel like I've talked to you before, but like it's always been chaotic. So it was good to finally have a sit down with you, man. Hoodie, as always, man, it's a pleasure talking and have a good time with your chat and your community that you're growing over here, man. Y'all, hey, Hoodie Jube to the moon.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate
also, oh yeah, what's up?
I said I appreciate you for having me, bro.
Oh, no problem. That we all here together as a even if you wasn't a Who Dat fan, we all still a family, as YouTubers as well. That's why I help other people grow. Even if they're not a Saints YouTuber, I still help them out because, we all here on YouTube. We all trying to grow our channel. We all trying to, make money. We all trying to do things on the channel. And, a lot of people, like the new crew I worked with today, all subscribe to my channel to show love to me because I told them what I'm trying to do, man. They said, bro, you're a cool dude. And they literally, the dude finished by me and said, we need more people in the row like you. And I said, well, I appreciate it. I said, they probably are out there. You just don't see them because they don't show it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, I said, we're going to make a lot of changes coming soon. I can't wait for it. But by the way, y'all, if y'all are new to the channel, please make sure y'all hit the subscribe button for your boy. We are 3 subscribers away from 1.35K. So we just need 3 more. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Also, smack the heck out of that like button for your boy if you haven't already. And also, if you have any friends, family, coworkers, anybody, share that shit with them. Tell them that they have a chance to win free Saints tickets to the home games, jersey giveaways, hat giveaways, money giveaways. And also, they can help change the community around here. Guess what they can do? They can help with donations to the children's hospitals. They can help with donations to feed the homeless. Donations next year, which we're going to be doing for the special need event next year. So I'm just saying, y'all can be part of everything. And by the way, so far, I'm trying to partner up with Make-A-Wish in the future. But so far, we came up with the Hoodie Jube Dream Makers, okay? If anybody else can think of a different name, put it in the chat or comment on one of my old videos and just comment it, or just add me on Twitter at Hoodie Jube and come comment and message me and tell me what would be a good name for like a thing like a Make-A-Wish. But it's gonna be for anybody. So we called it the Hoodie Jube Dream Makers. And I would love for y'all to be part of this. Just to know that this ain't just Hoodie Jube doing it, it's y'all too, because y'all helped me make the name, you know, y'all helped me come up with the name, y'all help with the donation and stuff. I want y'all to be part of all this. So, and we also trying to think of a name for the special need event we have next year. We haven't come up with a name yet, but me and my grandma and my mom was talking about it yesterday. We're thinking about maybe calling it something, you know, it's got to have Hoodie Jube, you know, because it's the Hoodie Jube event that we had hosting it. So I was thinking about maybe saying the Hoodie Jube. I was going to say the Hoodie Jube event, and the name might be called We Are All One, you know, just to tell the kids, like, we are all one, you know. It don't matter if you have a special need or not. You can always fit in with anybody, you know. So we're thinking about something like that. We're trying to think of some different names. So if y'all can come up with any names, put it in the chat, hit me up, let me know, for we can have y'all involved in that with us, okay? But I'll see the Who Dat Center. I'll see Zach tomorrow. We might get uneducated in here tomorrow too, depending on what he's doing. And keeping it real, we'll hit him up again to see. Like I said, we can have a Q&A with everybody. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. And like I said, smash the shit out of that like button, subscribe, and share the channel if you haven't already. But with that being said, I love every single one of y'all. And what do we always tell everybody on the way out? We who what? Yeah, y'all know how to say who that?
If you want to be honest, man, I didn't hear what you said.
Me either.
You good. I was saying, what do we always tell everybody? Who what?
Who that to you?
Thank you. We went quiet. Who that, baby? We out. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Jube. And if you're looking for the best restaurant in town, man, go try We Dash Chicken and Shrimp, man. They have the best chicken wings, the best chicken tenders, the best fried shrimp, the best fried catfish, and their fries are so amazing. Covered with ranch, cheese, bacon, jalapenos. Oh my! Yes, you heard it. Go try it out. They got 4 locations: Monroe, Louisiana, Marrero, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas, baby. Go try it now.
Right, man. What up? I won't speak on nothing but the real. You know how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Say we've been down for too long. The only way is up, it's time to move on. Never leave your house without your shoes on. Them killers want to spot you, cannot move on. Ain't worried about that girl, I tell them move on. They say it's my fault, but I'm feeling I can't do wrong. Cut all my partners off, let me open like the roof gone. Long talks and I ain't never changed, it's just been too long. Let it shake and back, and that's a fact, so I'm turned up. All up in the club, I'm going down, and I'm like, what's up? Throw me in that water, I won't go down, I'm too up. She want with a man, I knock that hoe down, I'm too up. Told all her friends, now she just want me to grow up. You can't see us, I
Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Cameron Jordan on the field, about to take a QB soul. Ever Camaro break a tackle, so you know he bold. Mike Thomas catching everything, so you know he cold. He talking pyramid, dude, he talking Marcus May. We in the backfield, we gon' make them pay. Them boys hitting hard, they need an X-ray. Yeah. We talking black and gold. 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 Straight to the Super Bowl. Your time is up. Our time is now. Say Hoodie, you can't see us. Our time is now. Woo. Hoodie Jube in the building. We shining now. We shining. You can't see us. Our time is now. You heard me? Your time is up. Our time is now. Woo. You can't see us. Our time is now. Say Hoodie, Hoodie Jube in the building. We shining.
Here he is, Hoodie